got involved in 1978 after the loss of our twin boys, who were in neonatal deaths, and my sister told me about, as was then known as the Neonatal Death Society, and I made contact, and it was very much in the very beginning, and I spoke with Hazel Anne Lewis, and before I knew it, I was on the committee, and we met at Hazel Anne Lewis's house with a few others, and that was the start, and we talked about a good name for SANS, and we came up with SANS after several meetings. I lived in Chelmsford at the time, but then I moved up to Derbyshire and became a member of the SANS group, support group in Nottingham. And we did quite a lot of fundraising at the Nottingham City Hospital, which was good. And we had speakers, and I remember a speaker who was a geneticist, and that was interesting, very interesting. And we had a lot of support from each other. But as I lived in Derby, I started supporting others in Derby, and SANS started up a training group for teaching about bereavement support. And I took part in that and became a bereavement supporter, introduced myself to the hospital in Derby and became involved there, and I introduced our little group in Derby then introduced the idea of having a camera at the City Hospital in Derby. Well, that was absolutely frowned upon. Why do you want a photo of your dead baby? It was absolutely amazing. But anyway, we talked and did fundraising and got a camera, and I think it was used, and I visited quite a few parents within the hospital who had lost their baby, just as a sort of like a bereavement supporter, if you like, the forerunner of the bereavement midwife. And made some very nice friends after that, and we still sometimes into contact. Some parents didn't want to remain in contact because it reminded them of the time, I suppose. I became a health visitor and therefore introduced bereavement support very much to the health service in Derby, and was able to start up a health visitor support group for bereaved parents. And again, through the contact with the hospital, I set that up, and that ran for about 30 years. So here we are with SANS, changed immensely. I haven't been into a SANS day for probably 20 years, and it's just astounding how you have moved on, and the support available, and the diversity of the support available. I am blown over by it all, and at the moment I'm more interested now in research and how we can lower the occurrences of stillbirth and neonatal deaths. And yes, that's where we're at.